Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Womec and Jombozeus on Dusk Towers. That is a crazy name. As he asks, what the heck is a Womec? In the top side of the map, we have a red Terran player. It is Womec. Womec says his name is a name. Aw, smiley face with the tongue sticking out. And in the bottom side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Jombozeus. With a little anime logo there. I assume that's from a specific anime. I don't know what it is. I don't recognize it. I know some. I know Attack on Titan. I know One Punch Man. I know, what is it? Holy smokes. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Yes, that's also very good. But not many by way of Japanese animation. Jombozeus says the first thing that shows up on Google is your Battle.net profile, so I assume it's not an actual word. Fair point. Wow, Jombozeus is Googling during this match. That's kind of exciting. Anyway, a TVT for you today. Haven't done one of these in a while. I figured I'd toss one up on the channel here. We'll see how this goes. We'll see if this is creative. We'll see if this is going to be Siege Tank Marine versus Siege Tank Marine. Entirely possible. Man, they are typing a lot, which again makes me worry if someone's really chatty, is that they're proxying me or something, but I don't see anything of the case happening right now. Both players are trying to scout on out, and successfully they are scouting. Blue SCV from Jombozeus shows up, red SCV from Womec shows up at the other side of the map as well. Checking for expansions, nothing quite yet. Nobody went Command Center first. They're both making sure to get their racks out with a Reaper here, and nothing come out of the red base yet. Going right into a factory, so not actually bothering with that Reaper, which I find moderately surprising. Either way, the Reaper will be out here eventually. Production tab does show. Okay, so now the Reaper's coming just a little bit later. As, yeah, it's going to be a factory for Womec, whereas there will be a quick expansion here from Jombozeus. So Womec should have an advantage in army supply and tech compared to his opponent. Jombozeus, though, if he can live for the next 5 minutes or so, he should be able to have a nice economic advantage against his red Terran player. The Reaper took out the SCV that was scouting from Womec and now is going to head on to the north to see what damage it can do. The Reaper for Womec should be out, however. Maybe scouting back here to see if there's an SCV for it to kill. Recognizing what happened down south, we'll try to even the score by killing the SCV that is for Team Jombozeus. But no, that's not going to happen, as that guy, I think he made it all the way home. Maybe he's the one building this command center. Either way, here comes the Reaper moving on up this ramp. Going to check to see if there's a third, first of all. Okay, definitely nothing there. Yep, and then going to pop into the main base and hopefully not die. This is a scary moment. Okay, didn't die. KD8 charge, knocking that Reaper back. Womec's going to lose his Reaper unless he's careful. Hellion here and another Reaper. That's enough. Jombozeus decides to get the heck on out. He does not want to deal with that many units that are straight up trying to kill him. Womec in hot pursuit, though. Heading on out. Oh, don't land there. You're going to take shots. And KD8 charge, knocking those guys. Nicely done. However, there might just be enough here. Oh, heading him off with the Hellion. What a play by Womec. What a play indeed there. APM for Womec is about 400 right now. About 300 on average for Jombozeus too. So here comes the attack I was talking about. Womec again had the factory earlier than his opponent. He does have Hellions out more quickly. There's a Hellion on the way for Jombozeus, so he's not that far behind, but going to go ahead and try to knock this wall down, which is not going to work at all. Reaper versus a single Marine, and not a fair battle. That Reaper ends up dead there. The Hellion ready to rock though. Oh, and 2 Marines pop out just at the nick of time there. Both of the Reapers end up dead for Womec. Jombozeus able to hold that off fairly easily when all is said and done. Did lose a single Marine, but that was about it. That was about it here. If you look at the units lost tab, yeah, Marine and a Reaper, that's it. So 1 Marine holding that off. That's exactly what Jombozeus wanted to happen here. Having this expansion earlier than his opponent is so darn useful. He is up 29 to 25 total harvesters. And what is this? Another factory. Oh, so maybe going Mech here is Womec. That would be interesting. I guess it would make sense with his name, as Hellion versus Hellion battles come up here. Both Hellions die, or 2 of the 4 Hellions die, and Jombozeus in pursuit decides to back on out and says, never mind, nothing there for us to see, and going into Banshee. So Jombozeus going into Cloaked Banshee here with some Cyclones. Starport now on the way for Womec too. He is also getting an Armory and a Cyclone at the same time. So Cyclones are great against drops. If your opponent tries to come in here with Medevac, Cyclones are good at sniping them down. Really good against against Warp Prisms. I was like, Medevacs. No, I already said Medevacs. Against Warp Prisms if you're playing against a Protoss player, which neither of these guys are right now. However, still good to have it out for those drops. But the Cloak Banshee might be a problem for Womec if he doesn't have any missile turrets, if he doesn't have enough energy saved up on his orbital commands to allow the scans to go down, or if his Marine count isn't high enough either. That could be an issue. So heading up here with the Cyclone, waiting for drops to come in and try to kill him. Scouting all around the edges, not seeing anything at all to worry about, but a Banshee's on its way. It should have Cloak by the time she gets there. And where's the Cyclone for our friend Jombozeus as he's going for his third base now? Looking great, Jombozeus. That is actually getting easier to say. Jombozeus. Reminds me of Zombo.com. You ever been there? I think it's still a place. You can do anything at Zombo.com. Oh, Cyclone with that lock-on ability getting some nice shots off. But there's the Cloak. There's the Cloak on the Banshee. Are there scans available for Womec? No, not one there. How about here? Yes, there's a scan available there. Where is it? Scan goes down. Here goes the lock-on ability. Again, it is enough to kill the Banshee, but the Banshee killed 5 SCVs when all is said and done. I think it was actually 4 because Womec did lose a worker down here earlier. So it was 4. So 4 for a Banshee that you lost. Maybe not the best use of your time there. Resources lost right now is 350 to 450, so pretty darn even. 150 gas versus 100 gas for Womec. Yeah, Jombozeus might have come out on the short end of that stick, but not too far as I'm concerned. Jombozeus now going for tanks, Marauders, Stim, and +1 infantry weapons. Nobody actually going for a very heavy Marine play, as this is a super big group of Hellbats right here for Womec. What's he planning on doing with these besides base defense and a drop? Hellbat drop! On the way from Womec trying to take down Jombozeus, but here comes another Cloaked Banshee. That missile turret needs to get up now. Not going to happen. Two-shotting it. You guys, get back to work. Get that missile turret up right now. There it is. They're repairing it. They're trying to get the missile turret up and ready to go, and it does pop. There it is. It's alive. It's enough to chase that Banshee away, as the detection range of a missile turret is actually a lot farther than its attacking range. So that actually assists the Cyclone with that. Flying around here is Cloak Banshee, trying to find some more stuff to kill. There's a missile turret here, but it's a little bit too far away. Well, we're watching this drop down here as well. There's the scan, and the Cyclone going to take it out again. Another Banshee going to fall. Boom. Man, that hurts. Losing those Banshees is not what you want to see as a Terran player. Units lost tab, 2 Banshees. Oof. 14 workers have been killed by Jombozeus, though. That's not bad, but here come the Blue Flame Hellbats. Oh, doing extra damage to these light units that are the SCVs. That's a lot of dead workers right there. That is a lot of dead workers. 17 workers killed. Wow. Super duper effective was that drop. But again, 3 bases here for Jombozeus, so it's 43 to 33 workers. Jumbo's still ahead. And actually roasting up a lot of these bio units are the Hellbats. A tank splashing away here too. Hellbat versus tank. You don't see that every day. They do take down the tank. Anything else here going to save it? Trying to do some flying medevac tank, meta-tank business here. Another tank dies. These Hellbats, man, they're getting healed. They're taking shots. They don't care. They're killing what they can. That tank is up to a single kill. And going to fly back here. Try to kill more and more of these SCVs. Here we go. Oh, good pull, though. Dropping on the ramp. Oh, cleans every one of them up. I don't think any SCVs did manage to escape, except for this one that didn't run in the first place, so that's crazy. Marines, I'm not sure you want to drop Marines here. Marines not exceptionally good against Hellbats. Wow, still alive. All of these Hellbats are still alive. Holy shamoly, look how effective this has been for Womec. Marauders and Marines. Going to try to take down these medevacs. Dropping right on top. Blue Flame Hellbats. Who knew? Who knew how effective these guys were? Vikings finally popping out here for Jombozeus, rather. Going to try to take out these medevacs and going to be able to do it, which actually reduces the effectiveness of Hellbats quite enough to make them die, as we saw right there. So, cleaned on up, however, 27 workers killed by Womec. Jombozeus has killed 14 of his own, and it's 37 to 34 workers. So again, foregoing that third base for the attacks, maybe not super effective for Womec. He did kill a lot, but it really just kind of pulled him even with the Blue Terran player, which, I don't know, there's worse things than pulling even, but, you know, at the same time, you kind of maybe want to be up after you do a drop like that. Oh, well, we'll see how much it actually helps him or hurts him in the future. Hellbat transformation there, ready to rock. Any upgrades? They actually have a vehicle plating level 1 here, which is excellent, excellent. Does help them survive quite a bit, especially if they have medevac support, but the medevacs seem to be all gone right now. For Womec, he has 0. He has no medevacs at all. Going to come right on in with the Viking versus Viking action. Going to now try to snipe down the medevacs of Jombozeus. Marching right on up here. The Marines and the Marauders. Not a great fight against straight up Blue Flame Hellbats. Tanks splashing on everything from Womec too. Trying to take down as many workers as they can. Good kiting here on display from Jombozeus. The Marauders doing very well against the Marauders, or against the Hellbats, as they don't take extra damage from these units. SCVs don't fight. Oh, they fought and they're all dead. Ooh, Mule's getting taken out too. Tank versus Marauder here. Tank's going to win that one. This base under complete lockdown now. Womec looking good. Vikings trying to snipe down this command center and pull Jombozeus to a 2-basing Terran instead of a 3-basing Terran, and it absolutely going to fall very quickly. Lock on a bit. Oh, wait. Clutch repair. Clutch repair from Jombozeus. I assume too quickly. He saves it. Jumbo saves his orbital command, but his front door is under a lot of fire right now. The tanks could probably be moved up a little bit. This one's not really firing on anything right now. This guy is doing all the work with 8 kills to his name. And there we go. The tank's now moving up. However, a defensive tank is here too from Jombozeus. Is it in range of anything? No. No, it is not. Going to try to take out this barracks. I'm not sure if the Hellbats want to go up that or not. I doubt they do. They don't want to go up that ramp. The Vikings providing additional range here, sniping down that barracks. Man, these guys hit hard. They do have that armor upgrade too as they share it with the Hellbats. There we go. Barracks dead. Can't save that one. Jombozeus not able to do it. All right, so now does Womec. Does he want to go up the ramp or does he want to play the contain game? He has a 3rd base of his own, which is excellent. He's also throwing up a great wall of supply depots and a couple missile turrets in case any more Banshees show up. Tanks trying to move into a better position, but they're actually... Oh! Does get sniped on down by that long-range tank with 10 kills now. That guy's a hero. This dude with 5 needs to pick it up. Pick it up, make things happen. Scouting with his barracks here is Womec. That's always so funny to see. Some shots there. Medevac is sniped down by the Vikings. Trying to break out of this here is Jombozeus. Can he get it from the backside too? What a nice surround. Oh, crushing that much, much more easily than I expected. Well played there by Jombo. Sneaking around this bottom side with Medevacs while coming down the ramp on the front side and not allowing the tanks one big target to splash damage, but instead splitting them up, forcing the tanks to split their attention, and it worked out super duper well for our blue Terran player. Upgrades for this guy. +1/+1 has finished for his bio. Again, just the +1 armor for the siege tanks and the Hellbats and the Vikings, and he's just going straight mech here, which so far I'd say is working out fairly well. He's up 53 to 40 total harvesters. Total supply is 91 to 118, and can we get an army supply here? Army value, I guess. Womec is up about 1,000 in mineral count and about 700 in gas count, so very, very gas-heavy army, which is fine, which is good. Legacy of the Void, I know there's been a lot of talk about needing to buff Mech in a lot of situations. It just doesn't do as well against Zerg as people think it should. Not that it should be overpowering, but man, I don't think I've seen a meching Terran win against the Zerg on my channel at all in Legacy of the Void. It used to be something that was very hard for Zergs to deal with in Heart of the Swarm, at least until they figured out what Swarm hosts were good for. But then they nerfed Swarm hosts into the ground, and they nerfed Mech into the ground. I guess they were just trying to avoid those 2.5-hour long, 3-hour long games that were somewhat common in Heart of the Swarm. Understanding that viewership suffers, the casters' voices suffer if one game takes 3 hours to complete. It's just... they end up talking in circles. I can't imagine solo casting one game for 3 hours. I mean, dual casting is a lot easier, obviously, but man, solo casting would be impossible. All right, pushing on up with the tanks, with the Marines and the Marauders. +1/+1 has finished. +2/+2 on the way. I don't think he's waiting for that to complete before he actually pushes up this ramp, though. And here we go. A lot of tanks on that high ground. Again, no upgrades on the attack. That Crucio shot cannon not doing a lot, and double expanding is Jombozeus, expanding here while bringing his orbital command back that he saved down here and landing it here, and then taking a 4th base of his own, setting up a contain. Jombozeus does not want to go up that ramp. He recognizes the tank threat is super high. He might try dropping. No, there's nothing actually in that medevac. Ooh, so close to those Vikings though. Almost walked directly into those Vikings and got sniped out of the sky. +2. Plating on the way for ships and vehicles for Womec, rather. Yep, Jombozeus still working on those biological upgrades and just expanding his heart out. This is Jombozeus, still making Marines, still making Marauders, still making tanks and medevacs. There's a lot more Marauders than you would see in a TVT, but I guess it makes sense as the Marauders do extra damage versus armored, which is a lot of this stuff. These tanks especially are armored mechanical. And picking up is Womec. Is he going to try a drop? Does he know this is here? No, he doesn't know it's there. And Jombozeus doesn't have a great idea of what's at the top of the ramp either. He's going to throw down missile turrets. Wow, Jombozeus is here to stay. Pushing down his Womec. Here we go. Tank splash on all the Hellbats. The Hellbats come right on in, though. The tanks go into siege mode. Viking count very high for Womec here. Able to take out all the medevacs. There is no quick retreat here for Jombozeus. No siree, Bob. Picking up, trying to save his units, move them back to where the tanks are. It's 172 to 126 total supply. Reinforcing medevacs, Marines, tanks, and Marauders are here from Jombozeus, ready to rock. And oh no, the medevacs flew on in a little bit too close to the sun. Oh, all of them die except for one. Oh, that hurt, Jombo. Jombo, my man, that was painful. Okay, don't lose hope. keep a stiff upper lip there. 188 to 121 total supply, 53 to 56 workers. Jombozeus is in the lead economically, but here he comes again. Womec with his meching army. A lot of Hellbats dying here, but the tanks, when they get into siege mode, just crush everything. Everything that gets in range is completely dead. The Hellbats are refusing to die here. These guys, anyway, with their +2 armor, giving them a lot of damage mitigation against these Marines and these Marauders. And again, because they're not armored, they don't take extra damage from the Marauders. So it's almost like Ravagers in ZVT, where Ravagers are very good against Bio because Marauders don't do that extra damage to them. Here comes Womec, slowly, steadily meching his way towards his opponent's base. Can he set up shop? I thought he might go for this high ground, but he checked for a base here. There was nothing to harass. The Vikings almost taking down that medevac, and they do get it. Coming on in here again, just an inexorable push from Womec, dropping the Hellbats on top of everything here, getting rid of a tank, trying to come up and get rid of everything that is here without support from the siege tanks. Vikings in the air doing nothing at all. There's nothing for them to kill. The lack of medevacs really hurting Jombozeus right now. Really hurting a lot. This Viking superiority has assisted Womec immensely in this TVT. Tanks just splashing and everything that comes down that ramp. This guy survives, even though he was specifically targeted by Marines and Marauders right on there. This guy might get him, though. Oh, no, the Marine finishes it off, or this tank possibly. These guys kind of stuck on the outside. Tanks surrounding here, too. The tanks need to move up. Womec, there it is. No, it's a GG. A GG from Jombozeus. Jombozeus is defeated, and Womec is victorious. Alrighty, then. Interesting play from Womec. I like that quite a bit. Getting the +2 armor, which does carry over to the tanks, the Vikings, and the Hellbats. He really doesn't need to do more damage with these units. He just needs them to be a little bit more survivable. I like that a lot from our Red Terran player. So fantastic play from him. Nice hold there. Nice dealing with attempted Banshee harass too. Didn't lose too many workers in that harassment. I guess he did lose about, what, 15 or so, 21 throughout the game. Jombozeus lost 52. Those Hellbat drops were brutal. Brutal. I imagine a pro player might do a better job of expanding behind that Hellbat drop, having his third base up with a lot more workers instead of just being basically even with his opponent after the Hellbats were done. But Womec is on his way, man. He's doing what he needs to do to make it up that ladder, and possibly we might see him in a professional tournament one day. So that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.